Hey guys, welcome to Brickstars. Today we're excited to do a theme recap of the Dark Forest. This is one of our favorite themes, one of the more iconic LEGO themes, and oddly enough, one of the short-lived LEGO themes, but it's a legendary theme. So let's get right into it. A little bit of history on the theme. So this one was introduced in the mid-90s and it followed the Castle Royal Knights. As we can see in this poster that LEGO issued, there's a battle scene between the Royal Knights and the Dark Forest minifigures. So a lot of people speculate that they're actually kind of a rerun of the Forestmen, which were around in the late 80s. And they do use the same shield and symbolism, although they featured several new torsos. And what's interesting about this theme is it was apparently only released in North America. So that's why when you try to buy some of these sets aftermarket right now, they're very expensive because they were only around for a short time and only in a select market. So we're gonna jump into looking at the sets. So the wave only featured 3 sets, starting off with the top there, 6079, and then the mid-range 6046, and finally 6024. So all of these sets feature this beautiful yellow coloring, forest, sunset, and the pop of the LEGO on the set. So the first set we look at is 6079, the Dark Forest Fortress. This set included 440 parts and 6 minifigures plus a skeleton. Back in those days, 400, 500 parts was a very big set. Nowadays, there's a lot of small parts, but here they really maximize the use of all the pieces. So as you can see here, the set features kind of a hillside with the fortress, a large tree with a jail cell, and the enemies on their horse chariot coming through. So there's the main Forestman guy here on a white horse. I often refer to him as Robin Hood, unofficially. And what I love about these sets and this era of LEGO is the box art. So we don't see this a lot anymore, but not only is the front page a beautiful cover, what we get on the back is a lot of alternative builds. So it kind of sparks the creativity and gives inspiration to build different things from the model, and kind of shows you that you can build a fortress with a boat, a different hideout, and it shows some action scenes where you can be using the blocks as kind of cannon bolts and have a little battle scene. So I could be biased, but I don't think there was anything like 90s sets for kids. They really inspire playability and look great. Here's some more detailed shots of the set. So again, there's a neat play feature here that has this main tree falling over. So as soon as the enemy's kind of going through this pass, I'm imagining it's a dark, lush forest where the tree falls over and captures the bad guys. So another thing I always found funny with these old sets is like this tower with the skeleton. It's kind of, they've got their whoever they captured up there, and they've waited so long that they've just rotted in the cell. But of course there's some fun playability. The skeleton can actually walk around and is kind of alive in an odd way. The next set we look at is the smallest one of the bunch, 6024. I love this set. On a personal note, this was actually one of the first sets that I received as a kid, and it's again 6024, the Bandit Ambush. Only 50 or so parts and 2 minifigures, but also one of my favorite minifigures, this torso with the red arms, the shield, the sword. A simpler time. Again, nothing crazy to this set, but even the instruction manual just looks so pure. They've got their little treasure hidden away, a little catapult, some trees, and even with such a small set, the variety of models that one could make. So here they have kind of a raised hideout. This guy's cooking them a nice little treat. He came back maybe from a hunt. Here they're on the defense. And again, I think they had the gem piece back then, but here they just used 3 colored little individual round bricks. I think that's pretty cool. You'll see here, we actually did a photo shoot where we modernized this set. So we often do this. If you followed our Instagram page, you'll see we remake old sets. It's one of our favorite things to do. So staying true to the original, there's kind of a cave, rock formation with a tree. Only 2 minifigures, but they've received updated torso prints. Here we've included an owl and perhaps a richer treasure for them. This was a really nice shot that we did a couple months back, and again, a day and nighttime look at that. Next up is 6046, the Hemlock Stronghold. I love the name of this. Again, piece count smaller than modern day sets, but in its day, this was a decent sized set, and you get 4 minifigures. In this case, you feature 2 of, I'll call them Forestmen, and 2 knights. What's interesting is on the Dark Forest fortress, their enemies were actually the Dragon Knights. Here they're battling the Royal Knights, so it kind of gives you the feeling that the Forestmen were disliked by everyone. We see here alternative models, a tower, a different battle scene, a bridge. And I love the artwork that they did here, the yellow borders showcasing the minifigures. This build had a nice little fountain here as well. So beautiful set. It's a shame we only got 3 sets, but they are 3 beautiful sets, so can't complain too much. Let's take a look at the minifigures. So we do feature the Dark Forest villagers, warriors, whatever you want to call them, all with unique prints. So yellow arms, this one is a peasant, and this one, the blue version, is what Magisto the wizard uses. These 2 are very rare torsos, very rare minifigures. I believe the last time I looked, this guy was over $100 and this guy was just under $100. We're lucky enough to have both of them in our collection. And as I alluded to previously, in one of the sets, they battle the famous Dragon Knights, and in the other one, it's the Royal Knights. So if you had collected the whole series as a kid, you'd kind of have a couple of those different themes, and these themes had their own sets as well. So if you had a shelf of all these sets, things would tie in really nicely. And this is something that I've wondered, and that a lot of people online wonder, is are they related? So on the left here, we have the original Forestmen. Very simple. This is back when Lego only produced the simple smiley face. They had red, blue. There was also the black version. And then our Dark Forest minifigure, again, the famous, I call him Robin Hood. And in recent years, we've seen a return of the Forestmen. So obviously this guy here is a modernization of this guy, and this was a collectible minifigure. So slowly we're seeing a return of the Forestmen. They've appeared in a couple castle sets this year in 2023, and we're hopeful that we'll actually see more of them in the future. But it's nice to see that throughout the decades they've stuck around and that they've kind of stayed true to the spirit of the Forestmen. And to finish off the video, I just want to go through a couple photos that we've done of this theme. So here we have 3 of our favorite shots of the characters. We really like how these photos turned out because they capture not only the minifigure, but the environment. We like to imagine that these guys lived in the thick of the forest, away from the king and his men. They lived like outlaws. If you've read Robin Hood and are a fan of that type of stuff, you know exactly what we're talking about. So we think we've captured it well here, and it's one of our favorite themes. It's a theme that we do hope returns, but we're lucky to have the sets, and we love doing photos with this theme. So Thanks guys for watching. It's a little bit of a showcase. Let us know in the comments what you think of this theme, and we'll see you next time.